Shalom, shalom. Welcome back to my.
I'm not even ready.
Okay,
I'm ready.
Good.
I'm ready.
Redo. Shalom, shalom. Welcome
You
back.
look so relaxed and cool, like you own this place because you do. Kind
Well, I'm just trying to keep my legs.
You rent it.
Yeah. Yeah. Owning, not a thing that I will ever end up doing. No, I'm just trying to keep my legs out of the shot. Look at that. Look at that Chewbacca.
That's really good.
It's really good.
I shaved on Friday.
I don't intend to until it's warm and I'm wearing shorts. I really don't intend to.
Not even the middles?
Nothing. Nothing.
I gotta turn towards you.
These
This is so
smell.
weird. What?
They smell. No, the thing. They smell.
Oh, they do smell a little
They
bit.
smell a little bit. How you doing?
Chemicals. I'm good. How are you?
Very good, very good. How was your week? It's been a week. It's just a week.
I've only been playing Minecraft.
I don't blame you at all for that.
Have
good
you
one.
ever played Minecraft?
No.
I can't stop. Can't stop the music.
Not the song I was thinking of, but we'll go with it.
I'm addicted to Minecraft, and I think it's so funny.
What happened to League of Legends? Or
What? Rocket League?
Rocket League, that's it.
I haven't played it in a long time, and it's because I'm really bad at it.
Okay, but you like it. You said you really like it.
I do.
So
I'll play it any time of the day, but nobody else I know plays it.
do you have? Isn't it like a computer game that you can play against the computer? No. What console does it take?
Like Xbox or PS or one of those.
I can't do it on my phone.
No.
Well, then you're out of luck.
You
How
don't
would
have an Xbox?
No, I have a Wii.
No, you have a Wii.
Yeah, it's in my.
We were
basement.
just singing the Me Channel song.
I was about to start singing it, and
Let's not.
Yeah.
But do you know
Sing it.
what Wii song I love is the song that plays after a game of bowling.
Yeah.
Da-na-na, 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 da-na, da-na-na, 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 da-na-na.
I haven't played it in long enough that I don't remember it.
It's so good.
Yeah.
It relaxes me. It's really good.
Nice. So nothing glorious happened this week? No. Other than
Probably.
Minecraft? So are you saying that you're good at Minecraft?
No.
Ah. You
I'm
just suck
so
at everything.
bad. I'm so bad. So, okay, I was going to talk about this, and that's why I brought it up. I've been playing Minecraft with my friends. We created, you can have, a world. I don't understand how it works. You can have, a world, and then all your friends join it. And so you guys are all just there. And you make, a little neighborhood of all of you, whatever.
So like Sims or something? I've never played Sims either, so I have no idea.
No, it's just like survival. So you're a character, you're in a world with your friends are there too, and you just have to dig, eat.
And there's those
sleep,
creeper things
creepers.
that come after you.
So I don't know how you're supposed to do it, but I think everybody starts by well, you have to make a bed.
You have to make your bed and lie in it.
You have to make your bed and lie in it because at night is when the creepers come, and it's best if you just go to sleep because it skips through the night.
Okay.
So, anyway, yeah. So it's funny because I love it, and all it is basic survival. And I was just saying, it's so funny how this is how far we've come. Is we have an app, so we can simulate being a human without all of the complexities of modern life. And Eric was like, "Yeah, the children yearn for the mines or whatever."
Well, have you actually thought about the dystopian novels, the television shows, the 100? I'm looking at these guys go
I've
through all
actually
this.
seen the 100 before.
You haven't, or you have?
I have.
You have. Okay,
That's
so you know
new
what I'm
for
talking
me.
about.
I have seen the 100.
Okay, so
Not all of it.
when I'm watching that show, I'm just thinking to myself, why bother? Because there's a huge difference between surviving and living. We've talked about this before. I know we've said it before. That if it ever came to a world where survival of the fittest, I'm out. I'm done.
I always think about that. My hair looks so flat. I always... It's because... I'll tell the story after. But I always think about that when I watch A Quiet Place.
Yeah, no.
Why do you want to live so
I don't
badly?
feel like doing that. I would go out there and just.
But my survival instincts are not, because I'm Whatever. I'm so over it.
I'm over it. I'm living decently, and I'm already over it. So yeah, if
Right.
I was ever in a survival position, no, thank you.
Yeah, I love
No, thank you.
Minecraft because I can just pretend that life is simple. All I have to do is kill a sheep, eat the food, go to sleep. So fun.
You know, I'm thinking about this. Okay, so everybody knows the sensation of pain and all different kinds of sensations of pain, right?
Not
This is-
everybody.
This is so off
Some
topic.
people don't have it.
That's a very rare case of people who don't have it. Yeah, it's a thing, but most people do.
I love your nail polish.
Thank you. Have you ever, how do I say this for it to make sense? In my head, it makes sense, but will it make sense coming out? So everybody knows the sensation of pain, what pain feels like. But if pain was a physical thing, if you could look at pain, I'm not talking about a bruise or a cut, broken bone. I'm not saying that.
Okay.
Pain
As a thing.
as a thing.
What
You know
about
what it would look like?
What?
That book series right there.
Here we go.
I'm just saying the fifth book in the series came out. Pain, man. Nothing but pain.
You want to know what song I think is so painful? Do you know the band The Script? I'm sure.
I've heard
The
of
Script?
the name, but I've never listened to the music.
That's the right name, right?
Sure.
They're popular.
Sure.
They've got like Hall of Fame and like Break Even.
Like I said, I've never actually listened to the music, so I don't know.
They have this one song called The Man Who Can't Be Moved. It's like disgustingly so sad.
Disgusting.
It's so sad.
I think we're gonna have to have a music session after this because I'm not aware of it. Yeah.
Breaks my heart when I listen to it. It's so good.
Yeah.
It's just basically like the whole premise is like he's waiting, like, you know, his girl left, moved on. So he's like waiting at this corner where they used to always meet, hoping that she'll change her mind and that'll be the first place she goes is this corner. And
I hate it already. No,
it's so sad.
It's so sad. No, this series, the All for the Game series, it's the I can't reach, but it's the white books right up there.
That one.
Yeah. The fifth book just came out. I don't have the physical copy of it yet. It was only on Kindle. But I read that in a single day and like 500 pages or almost single day. It was so good.
Can't
5 stars.
read.
The whole series is 5 stars. It is ridiculous. The first 3 books deal with Neil Jostin and the Palmetto State Foxes, and it's just chaos and ridiculousness. You think it's about college sports when in fact it's about the mafia and serial killer fathers
So funny.
and running for your life and just ridiculousness, and it's absolutely ridiculous. Pain, more pain. And then these last 3 books deal with Jean Moreau and thankfully, well, you know what? I can't even say that because Nora, screw you. These 3 books, though, are supposed to be Jean's healing journey. Never in all my life has healing been more painful. Every moment of that
Do you
book
feel
just ripped
healed?
my heart.
Are you healed? Of what was your ailment?
No, it's him. It's
Wha-
his healing journey,
Oh.
and like watching his struggle through it, like his history and everything,
Are you
and
healed?
his history coming back to haunt him at times. It's devastating. But I want to curse and commend Nora. I don't know how to say her last name, Sakavik. I'm not really sure. Sorry, I butchered that. But she writes it in such a way that truly shows that healing is not linear. And I hate authors that do like, it's sad. Okay, here's this monumental moment that happens, and then all of a sudden you forget everything sad that happened.
Yeah.
And then you just have to kind of move on. It's like, no, like, I mean, obviously the books are in general his healing journey. So yeah, it's going to be a slow progression, but it's so well written. And then you have Jeremy, who in the original trilogy, you think is this golden retriever, sunshine boy. He's perfect, everything. And then you get to this series and you realize that is not the case. I'm not going to say any like specific spoilers because like I said, 5th book just came out. 6th book is not out yet. But you realize that he has got a dark and shady past as well. And the facade of Golden Sunshine Boy is just that. It's a facade. And it's so good. Heartbreaking, devastating, rip my soul out, grind it into pieces. But it's so good.
What I'm hearing is check up on your golden retriever guy friends.
Yeah. You may need to check in on them. They are not doing well. They are probably not doing well. I've never wanted to hug characters so badly in my life. So that's been on my mind, so I had to just get out that. So yeah, we're good. Now we're good.
All I'm hearing is don't ever read a book. And I won't. Thank you.
I've been
No,
but they're the books that I'm trying to.
I watched the
audio.
movie. I watched the whole movie the other night.
Of what?
The whole thing.
Of what?
Monte Carlo.
What?
I love this movie.
What?
It's called Monte Carlo. It
I
has
watched 3 movies yesterday.
Oh, that's crazy.
I was
I
sick.
can't. I hated it too. Okay, I love this movie. It's a movie that I liked when I was a kid. It's called Monte Carlo. It has Selena Gomez. And who's that guy that was on Glee that overdosed?
Corey Monty?
Yes.
Why don't I know anything about this? I'm looking it up right now.
It's so good. It's so bad. I love it.
Okay, good but bad in what way? Like it's a
just
good movie
kinda silly.
overall, but
Like, it's just kind of silly. It's just them. Do you want me to like kind of spoil it? Okay. Well, it's just silly, and it's like from 2011, so it's like a little corny. And
did that pick up at all?
no, I didn't
Darn
hear it.
No, that's actually a good thing.
But
Oh, I know what you're talking about. This movie. Okay, yeah.
I love it. I think it's my favorite movie right now.
Cheesy.
And it was so funny because I did not remember how it ended, so I was like actually stressing out the whole time I was watching it. I was like, how are they gonna get out of this? It's okay, they did.
I love Selena Gomez.
I love Selena
She had that little
Gomez.
spoof there just recently where she's crying into the camera, and
What?
it's just dumb. That was a stupid move. But
What happened? Oh, I saw
Yeah.
that.
I was like, girl, stay in your lane. What are you doing? That was dumb. But I
I
still
love
love her.
her.
I love her.
So freaking cute.
I've always loved her. I just saw Michelle Trachtenberg died.
Who?
Michelle Trachtenberg. She was Ice Princess. Is that the movie? Ice Princess, the figure skating. She was also in Buffy the Vampire Slayer, like the little sister of Buffy. She was one of the characters in Gossip Girl.
Did something happen?
She died.
No, but how?
I think she had liver issues or something. Something went wrong. Complications with her liver.
Dang.
Yeah, 39 she died.
Wow,
I just saw
that's
that
awful.
today. So that kind of hurts. She was definitely more my age.
Yeah,
movie
I don't know
star,
her.
kind of more of a 90s kid movie
Wow.
star. Yeah, that sucks. I was sad to see that. I haven't seen her in a lot of things. I don't think she was super like I said, she had liver issues, so she hasn't been involved in a whole lot of stuff recently. But yeah, that kind of sucked.
That's sad. Can people stop getting veneers? No, I'm just thinking about Selena Gomez. Sorry.
Yeah, actually, yeah, I like
Stop
messed up
doing
teeth.
it.
Okay, I shouldn't say
No,
that.
but it's not even messed up because celebrities will have perfect teeth,
Yeah,
and then they get veneers that are always too white. Why are they so white?
I don't like square teeth.
They're white and they're square, and they are like, I saw someone break it down of why like sometimes they're bad. I think it was Selena Gomez's that they were like assessing, and they said that
Those are not good.
it looks weird because normally your front teeth do this, like the two front ones are the lowest, and it's like a gradual upslope. That is the case for you.
My canines come down.
A little bit. I think that's fine.
I love my teeth.
I love them.
I'm obsessed with my teeth.
Her top teeth do the opposite arch,
Yeah, yeah,
and that's part of what makes it look so weird.
yeah.
I hate it. Why do we not have the technology to make them just a little bit less white? They're so white.
My problem is they look like they're connected.
They
don't look like
sometimes are.
separate
They
teeth.
sometimes are.
Well, they don't need to look it though. You can add a little bit more something to make it look like little separate teeth, but it just looks like you're wearing a retainer. It looks like your teeth are a retainer. One of
I'm
those,
just
like,
confused
Invisalign,
by
like,
it because I feel like
straight-
we have better technology than this. People
Yeah.
have full dentures that I think look more natural than these.
People get full face transplants, like a whole new face that looks natural, and we can't do teeth.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure George Washington's wooden teeth looked better than this nonsense.
Did I hear that his teeth were not actually wooden, but
Oh,
they taught kids that because they were actually slave teeth? Did I hear that?
you know,
Because think about when you learned that information. How old were you when you learned that his teeth were wooden?
It feels like it's just always been an ingrained thing. in
Right.
your
I feel like
mind.
I learned it in one of those books about like a celebrity or like a famous person and with the big head. What are those books called?
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, I hated those, but I feel like I learned it there, and I don't think it is 100% true.
No, definitely. I don't think so either.
But I agree with your sentiment. Isn't it so freaky that you can lose an adult tooth? Like, say your adult tooth falls out, you can put it back in,
Well, depending
depending.
if it doesn't die.
No, but like immediately, you're supposed to either put it back in or put it in a glass of your own spit, right?
Well, yes, you want to tuck it back into the gum because it's supposed to hold the nerve ending. That's what I mean by not letting it die. If you keep it connected to it,
Yeah.
it won't. It gets that gray look to it, and it's dead.
My sister had a tooth that died when she was a kid, a baby tooth.
Well, that's fine because it was going anyway.
Yeah, it stayed in
know
her
to
mouth
look.
for a long time.
I don't know where to look.
Wherever.
I don't. I'm gonna look in the middle distance.
I keep looking how flat my hair looks, and it's because last night I went out with my family, my cousins, to dinner, and my family does this thing which I think is awesome, and they just order a ton of food for the whole table, and you just eat whatever you want.
I love it. That's fantastic.
There were 10 of us. They ordered 8 appetizers, 3 salads, and 9 whole pizzas.
What?
Yeah.
What kind of restaurant is this though? Because there are some places that are like Buca de Beppo's is a family restaurant where you buy a few things and they come out in family size shareable platters.
Well, we got too much. What kind of a place? It was called a pizza regional
Okay.
downtown.
Well, I'm just thinking,
Regionale?
is it more supposed to be shared like that, or is it supposed to be individual entrees that you just happen to all get them and you're picking at them?
Well, I'll tell you what. We asked the waiter how many appetizers we should get, and he said 3 to 4. We got 8. So,
That is amazing.
but
That is
anyway,
incredible.
I came home stuffed, and I just hit the bed, and I would normally put dry shampoo in my hair before my hair gets nasty, and
I've got really good stuff that also has texturizer that adds volume to it.
yeah,
Do you
but
want
what
some of that?
color is it?
Well, you gotta zhuzh it.
I judged this morning, but it's too late, is what I'm saying.
You gotta
Like,
hold it a
I
little
like
bit
to do
away.
it before as a preventative
Yeah.
and not a fix, and it's too late. It's okay.
See, that's why I like this texture texture.
But how much zhuzhing do I gotta zhuzh? Because is
Not a
the
lot.
color gonna be still zhuzhing in my hair?
I don't know.
Because you're blonde, and I have
This is the
black
last.
hair.
Enjoy it while my hair. Look at this.
What? It's so long. I know.
No, I just realized
What's
my
wrong?
hair is the same color as my couch.
No, it's not.
Are you kidding me? Look at that. Look at that.
That's the darker parts, but not the lighter part. Oh, it's easy.
Look at that.
Calm down. Who
You can't
cares?
even see the difference.
Okay, it's the camera.
Oh my gosh. It's fine because I am actually
It's
getting rid
not
of the
the
blonde.
same color.
It is. Do you see
The
that?
people can see that it's not.
It's
Your
the
hair
same
is
color.
warmer than your couch is.
Shut up. Whatever. I'm just okay, but
Okay.
I am getting rid of it. This is the last video with me having this color. I'm going back to my roots. quite
Which are
literally.
brunette?
Dishwater brown.
Dishwater
Dishwater
That's not a
blonde.
thing.
Dishwater
That's not a thing.
blonde.
You said brown.
That's because you got me all screwed up. No, I'm
That's
going back
true.
to this. It's dishwater blonde. It's dirty dishwater blonde. Yeah.
Okay.
Why
I
do you hate
have
me?
on recording that you said it's not blonde, but okay.
It's dirty dishwater blonde, which is very in between blonde and brown,
Okay.
or a light brown. But technically speaking, and I don't care what TikTok you sent me, that is, yeah,
I sent her a
she-
TikTok of like people who think they're blonde and they're not blonde, and they're like, what even was it?
she was like,
No, my hair it is blonde, and you just when it hits the light in a certain angle and a certain degree of temperature.
why do you
it's
not
blonde.
want
I
to give
promise
this
it's
to me?
blonde.
Why do you not want to give that?
No, I have.
I looked at the book. My hairdresser had the book, and it's blonde.
Did she look at your roots?
Yeah.
Okay.
We were comparing my roots with the book, and my roots and my actual hair is dirty dishwater blonde. It's classified technically as blonde. In some other countries, it is a light brown.
What do you think
Our culture says it's blonde.
Eric's hair color is?
I'd have to see a picture, but what I remember is blonde.
That's so funny. Because it's very similar to yours. And again, I would call it brown.
Let's check the Instagram.
I would say he has light brown hair.
No, I would say he has blonde. I'm bringing up the picture that we took.
Silly.
The one selfie that we have on our
I know.
on our page.
On our Instagram. Go follow us on Instagram at myauntsaddict.podcast.
100% blonde. 100% blonde. Yeah. Like a
Let me
dark.
see that picture though, because it's so bro. It's so brown.
No, that's blonde.
It's brown.
I look like a swamp rat in this picture.
It's
don't
not a
don't
good
look at
picture.
this- It's not a good
Yeah,
picture.
it's not a good picture.
My eyeballs are doing the thing I was talking about. The Invader Zim. The eyeball thing.
One of them's bigger. I love when people comment that on like TikTok and they do like capital O dash
Yeah. Yeah.
little O or like a degree.
Yeah.
So funny.
I can't believe that looks so similar.
She's
Wow.
tripping. Anyway, my house in Minecraft. Yes. So I've never played Minecraft before in my life, and I started last week. I've never played in my life.
How did we get back to this?
I felt like it.
Okay.
I've never played in my life, and I started last week. And the reason I never played before, well, I had tried it, but I have terrible motion sickness. And Minecraft is the worst because all the textures, the patterns, like moving by so fast, they like would make me throw up if I kept playing. And all my friends have been playing, so I was like, what the heck? I have FOMO. So I played around with the settings and I can play it. But like I said, I've never played it before. And the settings that I have, I think it's like just very zoomed in. So the movement like isn't so fast. And so I built this house. And because I was in it most of the time, and because I couldn't really see it, because when I was looking at it, I was like this close to it. It was so ugly.
Do you have pictures of it?
My friend took a picture.
We are
my
gonna have
friend
to
took a
insert
picture.
pictures.
So we have like a little sort of village set up, but Eric has a house on the end of this like river. And my house is along the river. My friend took a picture from the other side of the river so you can see the whole thing. I'll show you. It's so ugly.
We're gonna
I
insert.
destroyed it. I fixed it. It's much better now. It's not perfect, but
We're gonna insert a picture.
it's so ugly. Hold on. No, I'll just show them.
Oh, okay, that's true.
Okay, this is when I had started to change it. That's why it's 2 colors.
Oof.
Look at this.
Oof. That's
Yeah.
nice.
I didn't know it. I couldn't see it.
I know who not to go to when I'm designing my house.
Okay.
Speaking of though, I'm freaking out. My neighbor had to
What?
come and he was unclogging one of the sink pipes or whatever. And while he was telling me that, I don't know how the conversation came up or the point, but he said that New York is going to be the first state come 2026 to ban natural gas in buildings under 12 stories. So meaning anybody that's building a new house can't tap into natural gas.
What are
which
you
is-
supposed to do then?
You can do electric, or I don't know if they're mixing propane, but there's other options, but they're more expensive, obviously. So that's no bueno. Natural gas is what I wanted to use.
Right.
And so I was like, well, crap, I need to start building my house now before natural gas gets nixed. And I was kind of freaking out about it. So I started really praying. I was just like, what do I do? Do I go for it? There's a 3-acre lot out in Jamesville that I'm really interested in, but it's more land than what I need. And I don't know if natural gas is even out there. It's more propane. So I don't even know the statistics. But I'm like, is this my push to go ahead and try and get a new house kind of thing and start trying
Sounds
to
like
build?
a push.
And then as soon as I really started praying about it, then I started getting all of these emails coming in of new listings that my realtor has me attached with. Once you get with a realtor, she attaches your information with the system that she or they, whoever you were with, they can bring up new listings. And so you're like one of the first people to check out new listings.
Mm-hmm.
And I've gotten swamped with all these new listings. All these houses suck, so I don't want to buy any of them. But it keeps making me
So
think. I'm like,
expensive.
maybe this is my opportunity. Maybe I should just go ahead and go for
Yeah.
it. So I've been really thinking about that. And my mom is looking at layouts, different floor plans and everything. And I have exactly like what I want in my head. but to bring it to fruition is a totally different game. And especially because this lot that I really want, it's out in Jamesville, which the neighborhood it's in, I think there might be restrictions and limitations to what you can do, or the other way around. What is the word I'm looking for? Requirements, maybe? Either way, you have to build a certain square footage house. And I'm a little worried that this is a 3,000 square foot neighborhood. You have to have a minimum of 3,000 square feet.
Wow.
And I'm like, that's entirely too much space for one person. A chronically single person. I don't want to do 3,000
Sounds like
square
you
feet.
need a roommate.
Well, I was thinking about it. I was like, well, I could do a 15,000 square foot first main floor, which is obviously where you're going to be living. But then the additional 1,500 that I would need would be like the attic space. I don't want a basement. Everyone is always gung-ho about a finished basement. No, I want a finished attic. And I want that attic to be like my fairy tale walk through. That's where I set up all my maps along the walls of all my favorite books. That's where I have the library, and I have the book nook where you can curl up and read. I have the fantasy bed with the canopy and everything. Like, I want this entire upstairs to be the fantasy playroom. That is not what I meant.
Whoa!
We're gonna strike that from the record.
No,
not what I meant.
It's in there. It's in there.
You go like it's just like you're moving on.
Your adult playroom. Just say how it is, Danielle.
Why am I here? Why am I here? I'm gonna go. Okay, bye folks. It's been grand.
See, I cannot I don't have the
You know what I mean though.
I know what you mean.
Okay.
I don't have a brain that can imagine like a floor plan, but I do have a brain that can do like decorations.
Oh, I have
like
the
when I see
entire
the floor plan, I'm like, oh, I already know how it's set up the room. And I love that guy who does the videos of like, you know, you can't have your bed by the window because
feng shui guy.
The birds and the monkeys will attack you. But I can't do a floor. That's why that house is so ugly. Is because the one in Minecraft.
Oh, okay.
Is because I can't do floor. Like I tried
can.
so many times to plan ahead. I thought about like drawing it out, but I can't.
Well, that's my office. I saw it in my head exactly how it is, and I loved it then, and I love it now. Like I can actually visualize it and everything. It's just a matter of getting it done. And the problem is I wanted a very small house so I could pour into quality rather than quantity. I want stone and real wood. I don't want linoleum and tile. I want
I
want to
also
make it
hate
feel like
what's
you're
it called?
outside.
Siding.
I hate that. I want
siding.
like cedar shakes or stone outside.
Brick.
I want a brick backsplash in my black kitchen.
Ooh. You know what I love is when people paint the ceiling also?
I do. It has
like when
to be,
it's dark?
Yeah, it has to be well done and it has to be balanced with the walls really well.
Oh, yeah.
Which it can be hard to do, but if you have the space for it. The only problem, though, is dark ceilings don't work well in smaller spaces. Because it makes
you have
it
to
feel
have like a
smaller.
lot of light.
Yeah. So there's different ways to balance it. Color theory is one that blows my mind. That two walls can look
Actually,
completely
don't
different
watch
colors.
our color analysis news fest episode.
Yeah, don't watch that.
Actually, don't watch
That's
it.
bad.
Watch this.
Yeah. Not that this is much better.
Maybe don't, actually.
All of this is terrible.
No, we've been having a little bit of listener uptick.
Uptick, yeah. We had, I think.
That's terrifying.
I think we
But
peaked
awesome.
at 13. Our last one, though, was only at 5. Last time I checked. We've gone back down.
Yes, but that might be because it didn't come out on a Wednesday.
Is that what we're tracking?
What?
Oh, you got... Ew. That's hilarious. That is hilarious.
She's looking at the name of the new episode that I just posted.
That is so funny.
What did I call it? Funky eggnog. Oh, tangy. That's what you called it.
Tangy eggnog.
I forgot about that story until I was listening to it today.
Yeah. So, okay, just for clarification, I know it's probably pretty obvious when you start actually listening through them. For anybody who's listening to them now, they're being posted. These are old episodes that we're just now getting around posted to. So if everything sounds outdated,
we took a break, and so now we're like catching up. And
I mean, we talk about the holidays, to Thanksgiving and Christmas, and we're just now posting them. They are obviously old episodes. We're just trying to catch up and like dump all these old ones that we had, just for a little clarification. So they're still worth listening to, obviously. I mean, we recorded them, so duh.
Duh. We
Okay.
edited them,
I don't know
duh.
why that just made me think of it. I don't know if it was the Valley Girl accent. I don't know what that was.
Oh my
but-
god. Sorry. Just a big. This is a spider.
Oh my god!
Yuck! What a nasty one.
I
though.
just cleaned my
I
entire
normally
house.
don't have this kind of reaction, but the freaking sharpness of those legs has me. Don't. Okay, let's stay calm. Do you want to put
There
it
is no
outside?
calm.
Okay.
No, it's dying.
Okay. Oh, so glad my feet are up right now. Love to be me.
This is foul.
Ew, it's in 15 different pieces.
That was foul.
Do you want?
Okay, I'll be right back. I have to.
That was super gross. It like crumbled into a million pieces. Yuck. I mean, I care. I don't like spiders, but I never will be like a. But it didn't look real. Wow, good job.
I just cleaned my house, folks.
Whatever.
I swear.
No, that's why it's here. It's like, let's go. It wanted to be on the podcast. You imagine having a spider on a podcast? What kind of a person do you think a spider would be?
Not today, Satan.
All right.
Now I'm afraid to put my feet down.
I had a question I wanted to talk about.
No, we have to talk about what I was going to talk about first.
Okay.
Sorry. It just made me think of it, so I have to say it before I forget it. I was thinking about
You're
it the
not
other night.
in.
What?
Get in here.
I'm getting there. I'm setting up.
Oh.
I was just thinking about it the other night. 3rd grade. This has been haunting me since 3rd grade. I don't know what the conversation was. I don't know what the scenario was, and I don't remember who it was. So I'm so sorry. But I was a brat in 3rd grade, apparently. We were talking about something. I was with my desk mates, and we said something about someone that was doing something that annoyed me. And all I was said, it's like
You
somebody.
were a bully.
I was a bully, and I'm so sorry. I've been thinking about it, but anyway, so we're sitting there, and somebody said this girl's name, and I was so irritated with her. I was just like, "Yeah, AKA brat," as if that's a huge burn or whatever. But in the 3rd grade, I guess it was.
Boom roasted.
And classically, she was standing right behind me. She heard me say it,
Oh.
and if she walked away, and I heard her feelings, and I think about that all the time.
You were such a bully.
I sucked. I was such a horrible little. Ugh. But I cannot remember who it was. I cannot remember what situation or what happened that made me
Wow.
say that about you. But if you ever see this, please, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for being a villain in your story.
Okay. I've never been a bully, but there was one time where I did something so devious, and I can't believe I remember my train of thought, but it must have been like a new year. So you know how there'd be like 2 classes, but they would like mix up like each year.
Yeah.
So say there were like 2, I think this was in 1st grade, 2 1st grade classes. So there were some new kids in the class, even though they weren't actually new to the school. They were just new to me. And there were these 2 friends, these 2 girls, and they were best friends. And I really liked one of them. Not that I didn't like the other one, but I really liked one of them. And I just had a thought of like, she's mine. I'm going to steal her from the other one. And I did. Successfully.
Whoa.
No, I didn't like. There was no like malicious behavior. I just like became friends with her, and then we became better friends, and the 2 of them were, and then we were best friends. But it did play out. But I just remember thinking like, I want her.
There has been so many of my clients that I'm like, I really want to be your friend outside of work.
You're not allowed to be.
You can, but how do you breach that? Like, how do you? I don't. Well, I really shouldn't do it. That's unprofessional. I would have to let them. I have become friends with one of my clients, but it's because she was like, "Hey, you want to go grab coffee or grab dinner or something?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure." Like, she invited me.
Wow.
And there's a few of my clients that are just so stinking awesome that I'm like, I really want to be your friend.
Yeah, my mom's therapist wants to be her friend, but she can't be.
That's a little different because my line of work, where you're not divulging intimate, vulnerable things.
Oh, I know. Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
But it's not even my mom that said it. But my mom likes her, but not that much.
therapist said, I want to be your friend outside of here.
But I can't be. Yeah.
That sucks.
It's weird.
I feel like
I think it's weird.
if there is a mutual agreement to go ahead with it, I feel like that should be okay. But if one person is crossing the line where the other person's not comfortable with that, then obviously no, there's conflict of interest there. But if they're both agreeing to it, if your mom wants to be her friend as well, it should be allowed. It should be allowed.
I think it's that if they became friends and she could not be her therapist anymore.
Yeah. I mean, that happens with if someone were to come to me and ask me out on a date, I would have to no longer be their therapist because it's there's a term for it that I'm blanking on because my mind is mush. There's a word for it. I cannot remember what it is, but yeah.
Meaning what?
So because I'm giving a massage to somebody, their emotions might be tied within the massage, and crossing that boundary is inappropriate. And so I would have to put the kibosh to either the friendship or the professional relationship.
That stinks.
If I were to put the kibosh to the massage professional relationship, I would have to probably wait about 6 months with no contact with that person before I said, if you are still interested, you can reach out to me again. Not that I ever would, because I'm not interested. But the rule of thumb is you have to make sure the emotions aren't tied with the massage. You have to completely disconnect that. And if after 6 months with no contact, obviously if they're still interested, it's not because of the massage. They're interested in you as a person. Thankfully, that's never happened.
No man would ever wait that long.
No. No. Absolutely
not.
No. Manatees.
You see that comment I tagged you in? Did you know that?
Yes, I knew that.
I didn't know that.
Of course I knew that. It's about manatees.
Let's tell the people what it was. They don't have a gene in their brain that allows them to be mean?
It's not so much the gene. It's just they never developed the instinctual need to defend themselves, and therefore defending yourself comes across as aggression and mean.
Mm-hmm.
Well, manatees have no natural predators.
Aggression.
Therefore, they have no built-up natural aggression to them.
Cool.
So that's why they're incapable of being mean. That's also why they're extremely curious, which is so unfortunate because their curiosity is what gets them hurt oftentimes.
Mm-hmm.
And it's also why you're not allowed to touch them, which breaks my heart because they will come up and they'll hug you and they'll swim with you and like nibble at you and everything, but you're not allowed to touch them.
Have you ever?
I have.
You have?
I want to cry just thinking about it. I actually just texted my mom. So you sent me that. Mary Grace sent me, or she tagged me in a video of a manatee.
No, it was just some girl who said, "I'm bored, tell me a random fact." And someone in the comments said, "Did you know the manatees don't have the ability in their brain to be mean or something?"
Yeah.
So I tagged you in it and I thought of you.
And then after that, I went down the manatee spring
Again.
of just I just started watching a ton of manatee videos and crying. I'm not joking. I
That's
cried.
so funny.
I love them so much. They make me so happy. I was weeping. I texted my mom and I was like, forget all these other places. If I ever move anywhere, I'm moving to Crystal River to be able to be a tour guide for manatees.
Oh yes, you've said this before.
Yeah.
You should.
I want to so bad, and it would I would be like a snowbird because the tour season and their most popular time is during the winter and around Christmas and everything. And I was like, I could go down there for a few months, do the tours, swim with the manatees, come back up here and keep living my life. And I'm really seriously considering it because I love them to an insane degree. I love them so much.
Have you seen that dog on TikTok named Belly?
No.
It's this little puppy. I think it's a Chihuahua, which I normally don't like, but it was born with no front legs.
I might have seen it. Now I'm thinking I need to burn the house down, though.
Why? Because of the spider?
What if there's more?
It wasn't that a nasty? Like I haven't seen a spider in a long time.
Like daddy.
That was a
longlegs?
nasty one. It looked vicious.
I get a lot of daddy long legs, which are fine. That one was not okay.
It was thick. It was very small, but it was thick and like sharp.
Yeah. It was black and it had like a little tan
Ooh.
knobby at the top. I didn't like that
Knobby.
at all.
I'm so good on that. I'm so good on
I
spiders.
am happy though that this place is apparently really well insulated because I very rarely have instances like that. I very rarely have bugs.
You know when people say like, "Oh, like you shouldn't be afraid of bugs. Like they are more afraid of you." You know, people say that awesome phrase.
Yeah. Hate it.
Why? Then tell me why I was in the bathroom last week and there was an ant crawling up my leg.
You hesitated.
You
in
know
a
where it
way.
was head? I'll just say leg because it was
Mm.
with no fear.
Yeah, if they're more scared of us, why are they all up in our
Why
space?
was it on my leg?
Why are they all up in our space? If they want
It
to
was
stay
after a
outside,
shower.
that's fine. We've said it before. If I'm out in their space, I'm totally fine with that. It's natural. It's nature. It's how it's supposed to be. They come into my territory, though, not okay. It instantly turns disgusting.
Ugh, little nasties.
Yep, hate it. Everything about that.
I don't like to like crush things. I like to flush them or I like to drown them in my sink. And
dude,
what?
I remember I went down to the basement. I don't know. It was my parents' old house in Ohio.
Mhm.
Went down to the basement. The utility sink down there had 4. And I'm talking.
No. What? For
I
what?
don't know how big around. That big around. They
Yeah.
were huge.
What? Huge what?
Spiders.
Ah!
4 huge spiders.
Have you ever seen a dock spider?
I burned those things. I
Those
watched them
are
shrivel up. I turned on the hot water. I didn't
huge.
finish.
Oh.
Dude, hold on. It was vicious. I turned on the hot water in that sink because it's a utility sink. It's like super deep and the walls are stainless steel.
Yeah.
They weren't getting out of there. They must have fallen off of something. I don't know. They were in there. I turned on that hot water and I watched them shrivel. I should not have. We're gonna delete that. I should not have admitted that. That's psychopathic. I'm concerned.
No, I said I drown them. But sometimes ants will crawl back up out of the drain. I just leave it on hot for a long time.
I feel like we should cancel ourselves after that. That's disturbing.
What?
No, this is disturbing.
Okay.
Ew, I'm grossed out by myself
That you watch
And
the
you.
spider shrivel.
that we
And me.
drown animals.
But I don't like to crush them. I don't like the crunch. I don't like the squish. I don't like the goo.
Yeah, I wasn't able to crush these spiders. It would have been like breaking
Blah.
bones. They were
No,
huge.
see, that's my point. I don't like I don't
did.
like doing that. I just will drown them. One time when I was a kid, and I'm
What do you mean
surprised-
by drown them though? Are like you're like holding them down?
No. I just will like scoop them up with like something, and I'll put them in the sink, and then I turn the faucet on, and then they go down the drain.
That's way different than what I did. That's a little bit more.
Well,
somewhat-
did they not go down the drain?
They were the size of my hand. They weren't going anywhere.
They just sat there and died.
I
Okay,
sat there
you
and watched
drowned them.
die.
I washed them away.
No, I
flushed
didn't.
away.
I didn't drown them. I feel like that would have been more.
No,
humane.
you waterboarded them.
I boiled them alive.
How do people cook like crab and lobster?
I hate it.
And they
I
have
hate
to
this
put it in
so
the boiling
much.
water, and it goes, and it just dies in there. That's awful.
I hate
Um,
everything about this.
What was
I'm
I
gonna
gonna
cry.
say? Are you crying about a spider?
No, I'm crying at how terrified I am of myself right
It's
now.
okay. We
I-
can cut it if you want.
I feel like the public should be aware. Like, stay away from this crazy lady.
I don't think it's that crazy.
That's psychopathic.
But yeah, I just put ants in the sink and I just turned the faucet on. One thing that happened to me when I was a kid, and I'm surprised it isn't a fear of mine now, but when I was a kid, I was 9 years old, I sat on the toilet and I just heard bzz, bzz, and I looked in the toilet and there was a bee in there because my mom had tried to flush it alive and it was in there. In the toilet.
I'm okay with bees.
Isn't that terrifying though?
It is a little sad. And I've seen the snakes coming up in Australia, coming up
That's
the drains and
crazy.
everything. That's terrifying.
I would start to pee standing up, I think. Have you seen those things for women?
The cup thing,
The like funnel.
yeah. I don't
Do you
know.
wipe afterwards? Right?
Yeah. It's just so you don't have to sit down.
We've talked about bidets. I feel like bidets are not for the me who is always late. I do not have time to wash and dry because they have fans.
Yeah.
I don't have that kind of time. I'm
Yeah.
I'm in a rush. You ever like
Mm. What?
uh,
Wait, I got burp.
you ever like I'll match your energy right now of cancelable things. Do you ever stand up after you pee and then like there's just like a drip down your leg?
What?
But like you wiped, you for sure wiped. But then there's just this mystery drip. Like a rogue drip.
Maybe not drip, But it actually something similar happened. I went to the bathroom earlier today, cleaned up, all good, and then I was walking away, and I'm like, why do I still feel like I just sat in a bathtub?
Right. Okay. Okay.
I felt like I wasn't. I know I was. Ew. Ew.
That's
Ew.
gross. We're gross. Sorry.
This is disgusting. Someone from my home.
Who? What?
Someone from my hometown is calling, but I don't have.
Should you answer it?
I feel like that's an aunt.
Okay. Do you want to answer it?
No,
Okay.
not right now. My aunts are notorious for sitting on the phone for 10,000 years.
Okay. Wow.
But I
Anyway.
don't have the number saved, so I don't even know. I have no idea. What was I gonna say? Something. Oh
Drip.
no. Let's talk about discussing things more because we're gross. Oh, I should show my snot rag.
Where is it? I'm surprised it's not here.
It's in my room.
It's this big blanket, you guys. Look, that's why it's brown and green.
No, it's not.
I'm just
I
kidding.
made this.
It's so pretty.
I made this. It's kind of falling apart because some of the threads tore when I washed it, but I made that.
It's really good.
No, what I was going to talk about. Am I coming through? Am I just not hearing myself?
I think so.
Okay.
We're coming through the same amount.
Coming through hot.
Coming in hot.
People probably wish we weren't. Anyway, I was sick yesterday. I got another little flash flu. Like a 1 day, feel like crap, got hit by a bus.
Do you maybe have psoriatic arthritis?
I don't know what the symptoms of that are.
You can get like a flare up of a flu or of a fever.
Like a one-off kind of thing? Probably.
It's happened twice now, hasn't it?
Yeah, within the same amount of months.
You have like
And I never get
flare ups where you get a fever. Yeah.
Yeah, it was bad. Every muscle, every joint, every freaking bone in my body hurt like hell. Oh my god.
Ew, I hate being sick. Don't
But-
give me this energy.
No, I think it was more like I don't even know. But I did wake up and I was just like, it was one of those things. You're just like, yeah, this is gonna be not very fun day. I just, I'm not really with it. But as I was getting ready for work, I was really starting to feel like, okay, this is not. I don't know how today is gonna go. I stood up. I was putting my makeup on, and I stood up from my vanity, and I was like, I am fully nauseous. I don't know about this.
Did you puke?
No, I didn't. I was just really, really nauseous. And then I was like, okay, well, I have no appetite. I have no desire to eat any food. But if I don't eat any food before work, then I'm stuck giving massages with no opportunity to eat. My sugar's going to crash.
Yeah.
That's not good. So I ended up canceling my appointments because I was like, yeah, this is just a recipe for disaster if I were to leave right now.
Mm-hmm.
So I did cancel my appointments, and I'm very glad I did. What did I just say?
I'm very glad I did.
I'm very glad I did. Because my sugar did, in fact, tank. I nearly passed out.
You didn't eat?
I couldn't get myself to eat. Anything that I have right now at my house was not appealing at all. And so I kept putting it off. I was planning on eating. I just didn't get around to it before my sugar tanked.
Hey, there's nothing more humiliating than... Have you ever been throwing up and the toilet water splashes back at your face? Why is that the most humiliating thing in the world?
It's just adding insult to injury.
The
kind of thing.
force, and then it goes in your eyes, and you're like... It makes me throw up more, just the sheer thought of it.
Well, it's toilet water. It's toilet vomit water coming back at you. But no, I'm standing in the kitchen. I'm
Ugh.
trying to make myself tea because I was like, yeah, my sugar is going to drop if I don't eat anything. So my tea has a bunch of sugar in it,
Yeah.
my latte thing. So I'm making that. And as I'm making it, my sugar plummets. And it's either sit down or fall down.
Yeah.
And so I did. I curled up on the kitchen floor for a little while, and I was like taking sips of my
Put
tea
your
as
feet
I'm
up.
like, everything's swimming. My whole body went cold, but I was sweating.
Okay, this is a good segue, if you're ready for it.
What's up?
I wanted to ask you this, and it kind of correlates because this is part of my answer. What do you see when you rub your eyes?
Like little starries. Like,
Stars?
Why did I do
Gotta simulate it.
I could simulate, but I didn't actually do it.
The reason this is a segue is because I do see something very specific when I rub my eyes, but when I stand up too fast, and when you have like the tunnel vision, it's like black. Is it just black for you? Because I know what it is for me. and it's bricks.
What?
It's very dark, but it's bricks. It's
Like
a brick
bricks
wall.
that fold in?
No, it's like as if I had a green screen of a brick wall. And then it just kind of...
Like a red brick wall.
I don't know that it's red, but it's for sure brick. Like black, like a black brick wall. It's very dark. It's like, okay, maybe it's a red brick wall, but the brightness is turned all the way down on that. It's bricks. I know it for a fact because it happens all the time when I'm in the shower. Like, say I'm like, I don't know, like shaving or like I bend over and then I stand up and I'm in the shower. So I'm already there. And my vision goes out and I see brick wall. And then it
Brick.
goes away. It floats away. When I rub my eyes, I see like explosions of like, what's that fancy mathematical shape with all of the loops? It's like a big flower looking thing. You know what I'm talking about?
I'm pretty sure my brain is melted right now.
Exactly.
I know what you're talking about,
That
though.
shape. It's like a bunch of it's just explosions of like,
Like
like
a
geometrical flowers and stuff
Like a spirograph.
all over. Yeah. Do you see anything specific like that?
So it kind of depends on what's going on. I can get myself to see like a lava lamp, like swirling colors like a lava lamp on a maroonish black background, but green, like a weird green color usually, like flows around. It looks like a lava lamp, straight up lava lamp.
That's
If
cool.
I rub my eyes really, really hard, I'll see white spots, but I think that's actually white blood cells doing their thing.
Whoa.
I think I heard that. Could be wrong. Talking out my butt. I don't really know. But yeah, I do see like starry sparkles. If
Do
I
you
rub too-
have visual snow?
What do you mean?
Like visual snow?
I love when you just repeat the same thing as if that's
Do you know
gonna
what
magically
visual
make me
snow
know.
is or no?
No.
It's like this thing that some people have where like you're just looking around and there's like little weird things in your vision. I don't remember what causes it, but it's like, say you're looking at a white sky and you know that it's white, but
It's-
what it really, and you've learned to ignore it. I have, but when I was a kid, I remember really being able to see it. But you just see like little different colors and like weird like shapes and things, or it just like in your vision all the time. There's a lot of different forms of it, but
Again, it only
The
happens
one that
in
I know
certain
of
and
is-
like same thing when I'm looking at a blank background or something. I'll see, and I think it's something about blood cells or something in your eyes that float across your vision, that you can kind of see. But I will follow them and I can move them around.
yeah, and then you're following it, and because you're following it, and it's just out of your direct vision. It's like moving. It's like falling.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely have visual snow because but it's always there, but I've learned to ignore it. But I remember being a kid and I was like laying in bed because I can really see it, or I used to really be able to see it in the dark, like at night when I'm looking at something black. I remember being a kid and I was like laying in bed and I was like next to my mom and I was like, I see all these shapes and stuff. Like, what are like all these shapes?
Maybe we're just clinically insane.
And she was like, "It's just your imagination."
I think
And
we're
I'm like,
clinically
I'm
insane.
definitely looking at a bunch of shapes. They are very. They look. I remember being a kid and being able to see it so well. It's a bunch of
Yeah.
shapes, different colors. They are very small and they look very far away. So it's like I can't really tell what it is. It just looks like a bunch of stuff and it's moving all over the place, like a bunch of junk, random
Do you
crap,
have the
different
thing-
colors.
Do you have the thing in your ears that sounds like thunder?
Like when I clench my jaw.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
I don't like it either. I also, my aunt has gotten used to it. So I have tinnitus all the time, constant ring. I've learned to ignore it in certain. I don't like to have silence because it gets so apparent. So I'm always playing music. I always got something going on, but for the most part, I've learned to ignore that. But the pressure in my ears will occasionally change, and one ear will start an additional ringing. But the problem with it is I can physically feel it, and I do
Oh.
not like how it feels. And so I'll be sitting at the dinner table, it'll happen, and I'll start going,
Have you always had
trying
it?
to make it stop. Yeah.
Because like I will have time, like, you know, when they say like, "Oh, your ears ringing," it means someone's talking about you or something.
Well, I must be the talk of the town then.
I have that occasionally where just like all of a sudden, like it happens in movies a lot. Like say like there's an explosion and the person's coming to and it's like, and it like comes back into reality. I have that sometimes where things will go quiet in one ear and I'm like, I'm dying. And then it rings and then it slowly comes back.
I have a thing where if I hear a sound and it stops, my head will continue producing that sound. And so I don't know if it actually stopped. Like there was a
Whoa.
car alarm outside of my office. I'm in the middle of massage. I hear a car alarm in the parking lot go off and the
Mm-hmm.
it went for, I don't know, way too long. Like 5 minutes or something. It turned off, but it was almost still echoing in my head loud enough where I wasn't sure if it was actually off.
I feel like I had that as a kid, maybe. And that sounds like familiar.
I have to like talk myself into convincing myself to
Yeah.
that it is in fact off and to stop imagining it again.
Speaking of alarms, some lady made me so annoyed today at school because I was leaving school. I'm about to be out of the building, and there's a fire alarm, a fire drill. Okay, it's very obvious that it's a drill because nobody cares. So I'm like, perfect. I'm leaving anyway because everybody's got to get out of the building, So I start heading towards the door to get on the bus, and some lady is like, that way. You gotta go that way. And I'm like, but I'm going this way. She goes, what if the fire's that way? And I'm like, what if the fire's the way you're telling me to go? But I wish I had, and I don't, like, I'm very, like, usually, like, very respectful, but I was like, ugh. And I, like, turned around and I started walking. But I don't think she realized how much of an inconvenience it was for me to go the other way. Because then I had to go to the other side of the building, walk up this huge hill, walk down this huge the length of the building, just to get on the bus to get to my car.
Yeah.
I was right near the door to leave.
I don't have the
I should have just
patience.
ignored her. Why did I listen to this lady? I don't even know.
I don't have the patience or the tolerance for ridiculousness.
And there were other people going that way. I was following other people. Because in my head, I was like, why is everybody going that way? And I'm like, well, they're all in class. So all their classes they got to stay in class because it was during class. They have to, like, go together, and then they wait there, and then they go back to class. I'm going home.
Well, we've talked about it before, that high school drills and stuff, if something's going down, if there's a fire drill and we have to get out, if there's a bomb threat we have to get out, I'm going home.
You should.
I'm not
No,
going
you
to stay
should.
in this line. I'm going to find somebody. I'm going to tell a teacher I'm going home. I won't just walk out because then people will freak out and panic. Oh my God, teacher's taking a head count or something. I will tell my teacher, but
I'm leaving.
I'm going home.
Yeah. I should have ignored her. Why did I listen to her?
Yeah.
It's just so dumb. She goes, what if the fire's that way? I'm like, what if it's the other way?
What if the fire's up your butt?
Ugh.
Oh my God.
She
I
just
really
made me
don't
mad
need-
because I didn't know her. And she just went, that way. You gotta go that way. I'm like, I just
Yeah.
want to go home.
I'm annoyed.
I'd rather burn a little bit than walk up that hill.
I'm annoyed for you.
I
That's-
know.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
So inconvenient.
Yeah, that's super annoying.
What if the fire's that way? Well, I said to her, she goes, you gotta go that way. I said, well, I'm going this way. She goes, what if the fire's that way?
I hated drills.
Well-
I will say though,
Well, is it?
I
No?
I did get
I'm
a
going that
little
way.
a little PTSD from the what's it called? Like the active shooter drill.
Oh.
That I still think about that like it was yesterday, and it was just a drill. Thank God. I'm so
Wait, what?
we had like to practice an active shooter drill. I remember I was in my AP government class, and he said, once this alarm goes off, you start throwing stuff against the door.
Oh,
Pile
you
of
had
shit.
to, like,
Mm-hmm.
whoa.
We moved desks. We were throwing chairs. We shoved his entire desk up against the
I never
wall.
had
We
anything
stacked
like that.
chairs, and just the franticness of it. It freaked me out.
That's awful. That's
And
crazy.
that was just a drill. Can you imagine if someone actually had to go through an actual shooting? I mean, plenty of people in this country have, and it
Yeah.
breaks my heart because I'm thinking to myself, I got freaked out from a drill. Kudos to, I
Yeah.
can't even actually imagine an actual shooting or anything, because if that drill was as bad it was. But my teacher afterward, we're putting the room back together, and he was just like, I'm gonna say it. I'm really proud of you guys for how well you threw shit against that door.
Thanks.
I'm like hyperventilating.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't want to do this anymore.
No, I never had anything like that. We had to like just like get into like a corner so that you couldn't be seen from the door.
Well, we stopped doing that because it's proven ineffective. You have to barricade, and then you also they switched the narrative around where instead of going quiet and like hiding in your room, you get out.
Yeah.
You do whatever it takes to get out. You
Hmm.
climb out the windows. You do whatever it takes. You get out. That's the new narrative now. It's not lock the doors and hide because if they want in, they're coming in. So you get out.
Ugh.
I hate it so much.
Yeah, we didn't
Obviously.
have that. We did have tornado drills, and I hated them because I would look around and see everybody's booty crack. I did not want to see booty crack in freaking in third period. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
I hated it. Okay. For people who just have their butt crack out sometimes, I know that you know, but why don't you care?
Dude.
Why don't you care? I know that you know. I know you can feel it. I know you feel the breeze. But why don't you care?
Dude. Oh my God.
I hated looking around and seeing booty crack. I knew when my booty crack was going to be, when it was close to being out, I pull my pants up and because during a tornado drill, like you have to like crouch down. Like you have to like, what do you call that position? It's like fetal, but you're on your legs. And I remember just looking around at a sea
Why
of
are you looking around?
middle school booty crack.
Listen, there's. Oh my God, I'm not gonna say any names, obviously, but there was this one.
Drop them first and last. You should be exposed.
I think I've talked about this before. I cannot comprehend it. No, like you said, it's out. Why do you not care? Why? And the thing is, also kills me is why do men who have belts? You have no reason. You have a belt. Use it.
Men don't like. I don't.
But no,
is
there
it
was-
like a masculinity thing that they don't want like the seam of their pants like up their crack? Put it up the crack a little bit.
Well,
Pull
show
your
it the booty.
pants
Like,
up.
girls want to see the booty. I think, right? Girls want to see it. Don't be wearing those.
Well, I don't
want to
see your booty crack.
No, but like a nice pair of shapely jeans that fit
Yes.
the booty.
Yeah. Why do men always have their pants so low? It's like
They're so baggy.
Pull them up. Pull it up.
Fit
It
the booty.
annoys me when a
Yeah.
man can't pull it. Like, pull your pants up. What's wrong with you?
No, but
Pull
there
them
was-
up
There was a girl who was notorious for that in my school.
for having her booty crack out.
Yeah, all the time. And people would, and she was never, I don't think she was ever bullied about it, but people did constantly inform her about it.
Oh, like
They would just like
kindly.
nicely, like, hey,
Your
okay.
butt crack.
like nicely. And all she would do, she would glare at you and just pull her shirt down. And then 5 seconds later, and the problem was not even that, but she always sat up on her seat. Like she was up on her, she would put her feet up and sit on her leg. And so she was in sitting positions that were always constantly pulling her pants even further
She was
down.
perpetuating it.
Yeah, she was accentuating it. And like people were nicely telling like, hey, it's showing, fix it. And just glare and pull the shirt down.
Hey, pull your pants up.
I think she should have gotten bullied.
Yeah, she should have been bullied.
We were too nice
Let's bring
about
back
it. Stop
bullying.
bullying her.
I don't get it. My
then-
butt crack has never been out.
And it was the same. You know what? Here I am being a bully again. But you know what? She should have been
B1.
bullied. She never learned her lesson. She should have been bullied.
Where is she today?
I don't know. But so she would never fix her pants. And then also, she just, again, she was someone, I guess, who wasn't self aware enough to realize the inconvenience of her space that she was taking up. Because I had to sit behind her in several classes. And during the winter, she would never take off her coat. She was always wearing her coat, which is like, okay, whatever. Your
Oh, we've
prerogative.
talked about this before.
But
The
her
smell?
coat, no, not the smell.
Oh.
It was her coat had the big hood with the fur on it. And she would stretch back
I want to go on your desk.
and it would go all over my desk. Like half the time my papers are getting pushed off of my desk because her hood is pushing everything off. And
Why
multiple
were
times.
what is with those people? Why were there those people like in middle school? Like, why were some people just so
I don't know. But
unaware?
again, multiple times I'm like, can you please stop doing that? You're on
Yeah.
my desk.
Yeah.
And she would, again, just glare at me as if I'm in the wrong for asking for her not to invade my space. I'm like, are you kidding me? And she was also the same girl that when I was struggling with math, because math, not my thing, I asked the teacher a question and she turned around in her seat and she's like, here, honey, this is how you do it. Or sweetheart or something. She called me sweetheart. I'm not an outright rude person to most people most times. Her and one other kid were the only two people on the face of the planet that I was actively to their face rude to. I looked her dead in the face. I was like, don't ever call me sweetheart again. Turn around. I asked the teacher, not you. In the middle of class. People can
No
contest
good.
this.
Some
Yeah.
girl, I was in like I think it was psychology class, and I was like answering the question. Like I raised my hand and I was answering a question. I don't know if I was like telling like an example. I don't know. I don't remember what the question even was. But some girl sitting behind me was like, "Oh, honey," like that. And I didn't hear her, but my friend told me about her that she had said that. I was like, "Oh, honey." And
I would have lost my
I
ever-loving
tried
mind.
to look her up on Instagram the other day, and I had blocked her. I was like, "Good for me." I
Yep,
guess
no.
she'd gotten to me.
But while we're talking about this, if anyone from my high school sees this, call me out. I'm
What
trying
do
to
you
go on
mean?
my bullying streak and try to apologize for that.
Oh, you're on your apology tour.
My apology tour.
Whatever.
I was a jerk. No, my other thing was I was also extraordinarily obnoxious. I have significantly changed from how I was back in high school to now. I think you can attest to this. It's not a very apparent on a podcast because I'm constantly talking, but I'm actually not a talkative person.
No, not at all.
I'm very quiet. I only say what I want to say when I want to say it. Other than that, I'm content to just sit back and let people do their thing.
Yeah.
That was the exact opposite of how I was in high school.
Hmm.
I was a complete and utter goof. I was a class if I was with my friends, if I had a single friend in class with me, I would not shut up. I was completely obnoxious. I was super high energy, always doing something to make people look at me, and that is not how I am anymore. And I look back on my time in high school and I'm like, wow, how did I not get punched in the face more often? I was so obnoxious.
I feel the same. I think I've always been the same. I used to have a lot more like social anxiety. I think that's the only thing.
I didn't have enough. I did have it in certain cases, but I
That's
should have had
crazy.
more. Someone should have knocked me down a peg in high school.
Wait, I
Middle
wanted to
school.
tell an oh honey story that made me so mad the other day, and it's like out of context, it shouldn't have made me that mad, but because it happens all the time, and like I don't know, it was like 2 Saturdays ago. I was working. It's like the third customer I had. It was so early in the morning, but this guy like ruined my whole day because he was like, "Do you guys have spark plugs? Where are your spark plugs?" And we have them in 2 different spots, depending on what it's for. So I said, "What's it for?" And he said, "I'll just go ask one of the guys." And he walked back. And then he comes up to check out, and he goes, "Oh, by the way, they're in aisle 5 on the right." I'm like, "Could have told you that if you told me what they were for."
Wow.
It made me so angry.
Can I
goes,
say
"Oh,
something though?
Just so you could learn, they're why? What? Did I already tell the story?
No.
What?
I'm gonna be the obnoxious person.
What?
to- If you had said there's different ones for different reasons, so what?
But
do
he
you need it
walked
for?
away.
Yeah. No.
He should know that there's different ones.
That was rude of him. That was rude.
Just, where do you guys have spark plugs? I go, "Oh, what's it for?"
That's a misogynistic.
Just say it's for your freaking lawnmower. Come on.
Yeah.
It was so annoying.
Mm.
Yeah, people love to like teach me like where stuff is. I'm like, "Oh, now you learned something." I'm like,
It
"Shut
always-
it up! Shut it up!
It's the same thing with people. Like, can you check in the back?
There's
work
no
here.
back."
I work here. I unloaded most of this store myself. I know what is and is not here, especially when it came to when I worked at Hallmark and the Christmas ornaments. Christmas ornaments from Hallmark were the big thing. They were super, super popular. They would fly off the shelf. I was very well aware of what we had in stock because I was down there in the back constantly restocking things. I know what we run out of like that. I know it. And so when we don't have a ornament in stock anymore and so what can you check in the back?
There's
I
no back.
literally watched myself put the last of the ornaments on the shelf and I was the one who checked the last ornament out.
Yeah.
I know what we do. Yeah, sure, I'll go check them out. I walk back there, I do a couple twirly twirls, and I walk back out. Nope, sorry, we're out.
Literally. I hate when people make me ask my manager something I already know the answer to. I hate when people don't believe me because that happens all the time. Like this one guy, he comes in, he's a regular, And every time he comes in, I hate him now just because of this one interaction I had with him where he said, do you guys have, what was it? Do you guys have gravel? We do not. We don't have gravel. We have like small pebbles or sand. We do not carry gravel. Did you guys have gravel? Like, we don't carry gravel, but if you want to do something similar, I'd maybe recommend the pea pebbles. No, gravel. Do you have gravel? Like, and I have this book of everything we have, and I'm flipping through it like I didn't make the book. I make the book. I made the book. I know it's in the book. And I'm flipping through it just to flatter him, appease him, to show him that we don't have any gravel. He goes, can you just ask someone? Can you just ask? Can you just use your walkie? Can you just ask someone? I'm like, hey, I'm telling you that we don't have any. Watch this. Hey, watch this. Watch carefully. Do we have any gravel? No! Oh, that's so crazy. It's like I said that. That's so crazy. I hate that.
The saying that the customer is always right has been taken out of
context. The customer is always dumb.
So it was taken out of context because when the customer is always right, it is about their subjective opinion on what they want. The customer is always right in relation to what it is that they want. I want this book. You're right. That's what you want. Do we have it? No, we don't. Can you check again? Now you're in the wrong. Now you're wrong. Because if you're going to be demanding something that I know about my store that you obviously do not know, you're in the wrong. The way you treat me and disrespect me is in the wrong. Now, is that making sense? It's not making sense to me. It makes sense in my head. But what I'm saying is the customer is always right in relation to only what it is that they want. Even if you don't agree, like, oh, they're buying a chandelier or something from Lowe's. Ugliest freaking chandelier in the entire world. But hey, that's what they want. It's the right choice for them. They're in the right. I'll go ahead and get you your ugly ass chandelier. I'm not going to tell them, hey, that's ugly. You shouldn't get that.
Baby.
You know, the customer is always right in that particular case. But as far as the runnings of the place, no. The customer is always 100% wrong.
Okay. A message to anyone who is a
price
manager.
Is wrong, Bob.
I guess I can't really speak on this, but I feel like if you're a manager, you should stand by your rules. Because then I look bad. Because watch, this is what happened one time. We send out like $5 coupons. You have to spend at least $5. So if your item is, it's got to be before tax is the case. So if your item is $4.99, like, I'm sorry, but it will not work. It'll be negative and I can't give you money. Well, I told the guy that. I was like, sorry, it's got to be at least $5 before tax. And he's like, leaves the store and he's like, oh, it's hard work. Blah, blah, blah. Well, my manager at the time was outside grilling, and I guess he told on me. And so my manager comes in and he goes, make it work. And I was like, he goes, make it work. I'm like, well, great, because now there's this rule that we have established that it has to be at least $5 before tax, but actually, screw the rule. But only when I say so. Yeah. Okay. Or this other time. These people have a coupon for a propane exchange. Like a gas tank exchange. On the coupon it says 1 use per customer. Oh, we're getting 2 propane exchanges. Can I use it twice? And I'm like, no. And they're like, can you please? Can you please? And they go, just try it. Just try scanning it twice. I'm like, yeah, it'll work. I don't know if I'm supposed to do that.
Yeah.
I could scan it every time. I'll scan it 1,000 times. Guess what? You won $1,000. But that's not the rules. It says 1 use per customer. And they go, oh, can this please just be your good deed for the day? And I'm like, I hate you.
Can your good deed
but
be
then I go
finding
ask
me a
the
job
manager,
when I lose mine?
Well, then I go ask the manager, and they're like, okay, you can have it. I'm like, well, great, because now I look like a jerk for following the rules. Why do we have them?
I know I was always getting dirty looks. Not from my managers, thankfully, because these legitimately would not work. When I worked at Books A Million, it's similar to Barnes & Noble where you have a paid membership that gets you 10% off of everything. And then there's additional coupons that you can get through the membership that come to your email that you can apply to things.
Yeah.
Well, oh man, what was the website called? There was some kind of coupon website that would take membership coupons and apply it to this. So it would come up under this new website but they were membership coupons. So if you didn't have the membership, I knew you weren't supposed to have those coupons. So people would come up
Right.
with this coupon app, try to apply them. And I'm like, I'm sorry, I can't take that. It's not part of the membership.
Yeah.
And I would get such dirty looks. But I'm like, they literally, you have to be a member to get these
Yeah, yeah,
coupons. If you're not a member, obviously you're not supposed to have the coupon. They are stolen. I had to tell so many people, this site has stolen bought coupons. Like,
Yeah.
you cannot use them. So many freaking dirty looks, but thankfully, it was one of those things that it genuinely would not work. So my manager never complained about it or anything. But I'm like, come on, people, like, be reasonable when it comes to that. And also, we're trying to just do our jobs. I'm saying this as if I still work in retail. Thank God I don't.
You know what I get a lot is, can I use this coupon? Online.
10 years expired?
No, it's online only. Can I use this coupon? I know it's online only, but can I use it? No, it's online only. Can you ask anyway? And then I have to go, can this customer, look how dumb you made me look to my manager. Can a customer use an online only coupon in the store even though it says online only? No. Yeah, I know. But they made me go ask you. Oh, I hate it.
Yeah,
Stop it. Stop being bad customers.
Again, that goes, I feel like, connected back to being self-aware. Be self-aware enough to know the type of person that you are and the situation in which you are actively inconveniencing someone in a way that could potentially cost them their job or make another person look stupid. I was talking to my aunt about it. I am so, and I feel like you are, I don't know what degree that you are, but you are self-aware enough to know the effect that you're having on people. But it's to the point where it's nearly debilitating for me. I'm standing in the cafe line at Barnes & Noble, just standing in line.
Yeah.
Here's my thought process going through my brain. I'm literally standing there. Am I standing too close to the person in front of me? What are the people behind me doing? Oh, my foot was out. Maybe I almost tripped someone. They probably think I'm a terrible human being. I hope I'm not taking too long to put my money back in my thing. Like, every little motion, everything I say, everything I do, I am constantly thinking about how it could potentially affect other people. And yeah, my degree of it was probably pretty much insane.
Yeah.
But folks,
But how do some people have none?
Most people have absolutely none. And
How,
I
though?
cannot deal with those people. I cannot deal with them. And unfortunately, my mom is one of those people. My mom is one of those people. I was one of those people in high school, in middle school, and that's why I was so annoyingly obnoxious. Then I got out into the world.
How did you figure it out? Because I was raised on that. I was raised on, like, be
Self-aware.
considerate, be considerate of other people, think about other people. Are you in somebody's way? How can you be helping somebody at all times? And it's a little bit too much. I'll admit it. Because I'm like you. I'm like, it's borderline insane, maybe insane. But that's where I
think it was drilled into me after years of being reprimanded for the most basic little things that were, like, not even necessary to punish a person for or reprimand them for. But it certainly got the point across that, oh, yeah, I screwed up. I inconvenienced someone. You know what? I literally was just thinking about, you know what? This actually transitions into a really important topic. So we're going to do it. We're going to do it. My breaking point, I was 17 years old, and the situation was the same thing every single day. My dad would come home. He would be upset about the house not being put together or whatever. He would start yelling at my mom about it. Well, my mom was working all day too. So I got home from school and I cleaned the entire house. I looked around that place. I cleaned everything. And I was like, my dad is not going to have a single thing to complain about.
This is the envelope or whatever?
Yeah. He comes home. He found the one thing that I didn't. And it was just because somebody had brought the mail from the mailbox and put it on the basement stairs. The stairs from the downstairs, like, basement area that go up into the house. Well, I never went downstairs.
Mm-hmm.
I never went down that set of stairs. I did not see the mail on the stairs. He comes up in this pristinely clean house. He throws that mail down. You're that lazy that you can't even pick up the mail. You're going to piss on everyone. You live in this house. And he ripped me to shreds. And I told him I didn't know it was there. You're a liar. You'll do anything to get piss on everyone else. I broke in that moment. That was my absolute breaking point. Now, I can't say necessarily that was the moment that I became so debilitatingly self-aware that it completely crippled me, but it certainly adds to it. So nowadays, I am constantly thinking, what am I doing? Where's my stuff? how am I going to affect anybody? Am I in anybody's way? You know, how am I being perceived? What do I need to do to make myself be perceived in a better light? How can I help someone? Constantly. And my
Yeah.
brain never shuts off because of it. Now, speaking of that though, that was a horrific moment. That was a moment that really broke me and my relationship with my dad. After that, I wanted nothing to do with him. I was like, I'm never going to be able to please him. I'm done with this man. And it just escalated from there. Because I stopped trying to appease him, I didn't care if I made him mad. I didn't try. I butted heads with him really bad after that because I just could not care less about his opinion of me. And so we got into it pretty bad. And when I finally moved up here, I moved up here when I was 20. And by 21, I was this close to going no contact with my dad. Wanted absolutely nothing to do with him. And it actually transitions into my thought that it has been something that I've been thinking about a lot because our society now encourages and supports this idea of no contact. And to a degree, like, I understand it, but it's gotten to a place where it's ridiculous. We are supposed to be a society of loving and forgiving. We're supposed to help one another. We're supposed to steer people in a better direction. You can't do that if you completely cut people out of your life. There is setting boundaries against toxic people, but going no contact is so brutal. You know what I mean? It's so brutal, and I think people use it too quickly. They go no contact way too easily. I'm not saying stay in your toxic relationships or don't set your boundaries and everything, but don't be so quick to write people off because you're never going to be able to change the situation. You can only control yourself. You can't ever control other people, but the way you act could potentially influence someone to change the way they are. And the way I am with my dad now, I had to only be able to control what I did around my dad, how I acted around him. And in that, I now get along with him so much better because of the way I made my changes. Even if he's upset about something, the way I conduct myself shuts his reactions down sometimes. Things that I would have let go with if we're starting to get into an argument and I would have lit up and it would have just back and forth cause an issue. Now I'm really calm about it. Now I'm just like, hey, we're not going to do this. And he can't work with that. You know what? I only can control me, and then his reaction has to go off of that. If I'm keeping control, he has to go off of that. So my changing the way I interact with him forces him to change his way of reacting with me. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But that would never actually change if I went no contact with him. Things have changed a whole lot. So got this off TikTok Shop. They got me again. But I've been really thinking
I
about
wish
that.
I could go on TikTok Shop.
Yeah, you got
I got
nixed
age
from that.
restricted.
Yeah.
Was that video actually age restricted that you sent me?
No, it was a TikTok Shop.
Oh, that's why.
Yeah, it had a link to TikTok
That's
Shop.
why.
But what I'm saying is there's a couple verses in Nehemiah that talk about how the Israelites really messed up. They went against God and the consequences were no good. And they go crying to him and like, please forgive us, please help us fix this. And he forgives them over and over and over again. And they're committing heinous things against the Lord. And he forgives them over and over without hesitation. They cry out to him and he answers. And the Lord forgives us for everything that we do, even though we do not deserve it. He forgives us every time we ask him. If we genuinely mean it, he forgives us every time, even though we do nothing to deserve it. He gives it to us anyway. And for him to forgive me for all the crap that I have pulled, instantly, unconditionally love me, the audacity that I have to hold a grudge against my imperfect human father.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? The audacity I have to think that I am too good for another person to make mistakes toward. I make mistakes, he makes mistakes. We all have to work with that kind of thing. But to cut him off when our creator, who we have done nothing to deserve his forgiveness, he does it immediately. Be so freaking for real right now. It's ridiculous for me to not, to hold these grudges and everything. And so not only do I want to fully forgive, and that's what I said, I didn't want to talk about so much that whole cleaning the kitchen envelope thing, because it's one of those instances I want to forget. I don't want to just forgive my dad about it. I want to forget it, because without forgetting about it, I still have these walls up against him.
Mm-hmm.
And so when I interact with him, I'm wary about it. You know, I'm holding myself tense, waiting for him to do something that I have to fight against, instead of just letting my walls down and pouring love out to him. And if he does something to hurt me, I want it to be such a shock. I want it to feel like the first time he's ever hurt me, because I have forgotten about all the times he's ever hurt me, you know? And that's what the Lord does. We hurt him and we, you know, spit on him every freaking day, every other moment. And yet he forgives us immediately. And not only forgives, but he forgets our transgressions against him. And it was just something I've been thinking about this week a whole lot. And of course, this new devotional I got, literally the very next devotion that I had in it was exactly that kind of thing, that like the Lord forgives you over and over again. You know, we need to love our neighbors and forgive others as the Lord forgives us, which forgiving others as the Lord forgives us means forgiving and forgetting, letting it go. Do not let it roll over into the next interaction that you have. So that is, I want to make myself a promise, but I don't want to break it at the same time, but I'm going to definitely try. I hope that is the very last time I ever think about that interaction. I hope it's the last time I ever talk about it. I want it to be done and dusted. I want to forget about it. And like I said, things with my dad are a whole lot better just because of the way I now conduct myself around him, just in my own self-control and everything. So I don't know. It's just one of those things I've been thinking about. And then, of course, he backs it up with his word. He's so cool.
It's been an hour and a half.
We need to go. And on that note, love your neighbor. Forgive others as the Lord forgives you.
You know what I was thinking that we should do? What might be kind of cool?
What?
We should do like a transition where we like put a microphone up to the camera and then it transitions back to this. And then it's this. Regular.
Like, okay, if I'm talking at you
and then one of us, and then it transitions and it's the logo, but on the screen. So it's smooth. Come on, you know what I mean.
I am not braining.
I'll just do it.
Okay.
I'll do it if you do it.
Do what? Tell me
Put
what
it up
to do.
to the camera. Go.
Okay, but bye, folks. It was wonderful talking at you.
Thanks. Go follow
Join
us. Join us next week.
I said
Next
us.
time. I don't know. Go listen to our other episodes. We have so many. We have like
We do.
over 80 episodes. If you need something
Yeah.
to binge, there you go. We're doing videos now if you want something to watch. We've got a couple
I'm kind
of
of
them.
excited. Call me out on my hypocrisy, folks.
What?
There's going to be a whole, oh yeah, how many episodes we have? I want someone to listen through all of them, and kind of the same thing. We need somebody to edit together a compilation of all my burps.
She burped in this one. It's at least one per episode.
Yeah,
Usually 2, maybe 3.
I did move the mic this time.
Yeah, I didn't hear it.
Yeah.
Stop doing
Well,
that.
you can still compile it because I'm pretty sure the camera caught it. That
yeah,
was gross.
Yeah. Add
that
it
was
to
gross.
the-
So compile together all of my burps, and then I would also like somebody to compile all the times that I've in different episodes have said something completely hypocritical. Call me
That's a podcast.
out.
What do you think? I'm also wondering how fast someone's going to notice that like I've worn the same clothes. I haven't yet, but I will
Well,
very soon.
we've
only
had a grand
have 4
total.
outfits. We have 3 episodes.
I was thinking about that too. Literally,
I know.
Like during the winter, I have a rotation of 4 shirts that I wear.
Yeah.
And a lot of times, because I do laundry every day, I'll wear a shirt, wash it that night, and be like, man, that was a really nice, I really was comfortable. I'll wear it the next day. It's washed, but I will wear the same shirt multiple days in a row.
Do you ever have like just like a funny thought?
No,
Have you
never.
ever- What? Like today I had a funny thought because I was thinking about how like soon it is that I'm going to be wearing the same clothes on the videos. And I was going to be like, that's what the washing machine is for. So I've heard. I'm not washing my clothes that often.
You don't wash your clothes after every wear?
No, we've talked about this. We talked about this recently.
Are we not supposed to?
What? What clothes are you talking about though?
Any clothes.
What?
I wear my clothes one time and I wash them.
I thought we were were you and I not talking about this recently?
We were, and I think I said, like, we talked about that it's okay depending on what you're doing throughout
Well,
the
it depends
day.
on what the clothes are too.
What the clothes are, but I don't know. I guess what? We talked about it before.
Well, here's my thing: is I like to wear big clothes. This clothes is not touching me barely. So I don't wash it that often.
But what
Plus,
are you
I'm wearing
doing,
something
like,
underneath it.
If I cook a meal in
I'm
a
not
shirt,
Cooking
I'm washing
nothing
it.
that's stanking like that.
If I go outside for any reason, I'm washing it.
Jeans.
I don't wear jeans, so I don't know. I only ever.
It's
wear
funny. When
leggings.
I was a teenager, I didn't like them, but I wore skinny jeans.
Hey, this is an hour and a half. We gotta go.
When I was a teenager, I used to wear skinny jeans, and then when you wear jeans for a couple of days and they kind of get loose, so, they're not like as skinny, so I don't have to wash them, so they'd be like tight again. Well, now I wear loose jeans, and then when I wash them, they get tight, and it's like annoying. And then I don't want to wash them so often, so I go a while in between washing jeans. Especially, I am like never washing hoodies, because I'm wearing something underneath it. Coats, never washed it. Socks, once a week. I wear the same pair of socks for like a whole week. We gotta go. Put it to the camera.
Oh my god!
But no, closer. Like up to it. Like make it. Yeah. All the way. Keep going. Okay, make it centered. Okay. Whatever, forget it.
I couldn't because the microphone hit. It hit off
Woo!
the laptop. Okay.
Woo!
Love you folks. Bye.
Bye.